Greetings and welcome. Today we're wrapping up our series of weekly devotionals, looking at some lectionary readings in the second Sunday of Advent, which we've actually just celebrated, but that's okay. And looking at today the gospel reading, which I preached on last Sunday, about the character of John the Baptizer, or John the Baptist, the voice of one crying out in the wilderness, as the prophet Isaiah says. And John cries, "Prepare the way of the Lord, prepare." Well, during this season, there's lots of preparations going on, and I imagine for many of us, those preparations can be sort of stressful. I'm reminded of that sort of humorous song, the 12 Pains of Christmas. You may have heard that one. It's played every year on the radio around this time, where the singer sings about finding a Christmas tree and 5 months of bills and facing my in-laws, rigging up the lights, oh gosh, finding parking spaces, hangovers, and of course the wonderful batteries not included. Yes, it can be a very stressful time of the year. And John's preparations, they seem a little stressful too. Harsh, actually. John's preparations involve sort of scary apocalyptic language of confessing and repenting and warnings of judgment, and it can all seem a bit much to bear. But for all its harsh language, John's preparations actually are meant to lighten the load for us, because John's preparations are about all of us focusing more on God and focusing on the hope and peace and joy and love that we can feel during this season when we focus on God and God's presence in our lives and the loving relationships, the wonderful experiences that God provides for us. When we focus less on all of the tedious tasks on our to-do list, when we focus less on the materialism and consumerism of the season, when we don't worry so much about all of the anxieties and stresses of the lights and the in-laws and the shopping and parking spaces and all that stuff. When we make space and time for what is truly important, we find that John's language and instructions actually do help us to prepare for a wonderful Christmas season. Amen.